Hey gut feelers, today I'd love to share with you part of my story. The title is How a Weirdo Found Her Place in Life. And this is actually my first speech that I prepared for the Toastmaster Club, which is a club for public speaking all over the world. And they also have it here in the place I'm staying right now. So if you want to get a little bit of insight about where I came from, what was my personal journey since my childhood, just in a very short, condensed version, this is it. And I invite you to stick to the end if you're curious how I prepare before I do videos, before I go on stage. I'm going to give you a backstage view in the end of this video as a bonus. Now let's get started, shall we? My life started off pretty unusual already. My mother was 23 when I was born, and my father 54. That's 31 years of age difference. He, early pensionist, the dad at home. I was daddy's girl. She, the opposite. In the springtime of her life, happily climbing up the career ladder. Now, one afternoon, fast forward, I was 13. My dad came home, and I just had to look into his face, into his eyes, and I knew something was wrong. You're gonna know that my dad is the most happy person I ever met. Always smiling, always kind to people, trying to make them comfortable. This time was the first time when I saw him crying. Maybe he cried when my mother left him for somebody her age that she loved for years. Maybe. But this was my first time. We were crying together there in front of the washing machine in his apartment. That's how I remember it. When he told me under tears that they found a tumor in his brain. A fast growing tumor. And the doctor was straight away, didn't waste 1 minute, said to him, "You're not going to make it to your next birthday, I'm sorry." Doctors were right. He died 11 months later. I was 14. Now, losing your father as a teenager is pretty hard. I lost more than that. I lost my best friend and the only person I felt connected to, I felt seen by. I felt, wow, we understand each other, we vibe with each other, the only person. I didn't know back then that this moment when he told me that he has a brain tumor would change things for me entirely. I kept on going to school like a normal kid, but deep down I had retreated. The most part of me had retreated from life because I was busy. I was on a search. I wanted to understand why my father decided to die. What's disease? Why do we get disease in our body? What's the purpose of life? And most of all, what am I doing here? What's my purpose? I started studying medicine when I was 18. And people said, "Oh great, she's becoming a doctor, wonderful." Yeah, no. I turned my back to academic medicine after 5 years of studying all kinds of stuff in university. I also didn't stop at becoming a massage therapist. It wasn't enough. It also was not enough to become an art therapist, work as a gardener, work as a waitress, or becoming a project manager. Because I was searching for something that if I would encounter it, it would feel right. With every cell in my body, every cell would say, yes, that's it. 2 years ago, when I turned 30, I was living up north in Scotland in a beautiful community, 500 other people, awesome place. That was the time when universe, thank you very much, hit me the second time in my life. And it was just one thought, but this thought changed everything. through all these years of certification, self-development, personal struggle, disease in my family all over, and then all the medical knowledge and everything I gathered, I had become unemployable. There was no job out there in the world for me. Not one. I knew it. What happened afterwards, right now, seems inevitable. However, back then, people thought I'm crazy, becoming self-employed, starting your own business. And I have to admit, I thought that too. But I couldn't help it. I did the jump, burned the bridges behind me, and here I am right now. Being self-employed, having an online business which gives me all the freedom in the world, and working as a health consultant. Helping people who are hustlers, high achievers like me, to accelerate in their life together with their physical body. Now guys, I want to leave you here with giving you something. The gold nugget of what I found in these 14 years of struggle, of searching, and the 2 years of accelerated living, of accelerated learning, fast forward. And this is the truth that felt right with every cell in my body. What looks like a tragedy can transform into a beautiful, a shiny diamond. And the only difference between these two is my response to life. The truth that felt right with every cell in my body is this: life is never happening to me. It's always happening for me. Life is never happening to me. It's always happening for me. Thank you very much. Now guys, before we're going to get into some bonus content, how I prepare for speeches and all my breathing techniques, it's a little bit embarrassing, but I thought, hey, let's just give it to you. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up please, and share it. Get the message out there, and I'm looking forward to see you in the next video. Have a great day and enjoy the bonus content. Bonus content! Oh. Ba 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 ba. La 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 la.